Okay, this is February 23rd, 2000. I'm just going to do a morning analysis. First of all, let's look at the 4-hour chart on the Eurodollar. We have the ABC to the upside, and we also have the inverse head and shoulders, with the left shoulder here, the head, and the right shoulder. We have the ABC, which was off the 61.8 normal fib retracement levels, and now we have the fib expansion on there. And the ultimate target on the fib expansion is about 38.16, 38.13 to 16. We have broke above the neckline and came back and tested the neckline. Now the next port of calls are the FE 786 at 37.53 and the FE 100 at 38.16, and then of course these other fib levels, and then finally the head and shoulders, the inverse target here at 39.93 or 39.53. So that's on the 4-hour chart. Now we have to keep in mind that we have some fundamentals coming into the picture here later. Trisha is speaking today along with a few others on interest rates and things like that. So a lot can happen to this pair over the next couple hours. We also have the problem over in Libya, which is unlike Egypt, as Libya has a lot more to do with oil than Egypt did, so that could definitely affect the currencies should something come about over there in Libya. So at the moment, as long as price remains above this neckline, longs are safe. But at this time in the markets, you always want to make sure that as soon as possible you're putting your stop at break even and taking some of your profits to protect them, because we never know, at any minute we could have sell-offs and things like that. Then on the 30-minute chart here, we also had the inverse, and we tested the neckline, so it's up from here. And on a smaller scale, the first target, according to the 30-minute chart, the next target is the FE 61.8 around 37.45, the 786 around 37.75, and then the ultimate ABC pattern target at 38.13, and then the inverse target at 38.76. So those are more intermediate targets according to the 30-minute chart. And as I said before, we just use the smaller time frames to work our way up to the 4-hour targets. So we use the patterns and the price action on the smaller time frames to work our way up to their personal targets, and then ultimately the larger time frame targets, such as here on this 4-hour chart. Now, one other thing I wanted to mention too, let me bring this daily chart up here. If we look at this daily chart, we also have an ABC long pattern here on this daily chart. Now, we do have this trend line right here holding us down, and I'm going to, this is how I like to draw my trend lines. So we do have this trend line here holding us down, but once above that, then this ABC pattern is going to come more into play. So if we use the Fibonacci retracement levels, this was a 38.2% retracement from this low to this high. This ended on the 38.2. So I'm going to use the expansion tool and find the target actually on this daily chart, this daily ABC pattern. And the ultimate target on that is 44.29. Whether it gets there or not, you know, your guess is as good as mine, but it's something that we need to look at. And we also have bullish hidden divergence here on this daily chart, okay, which should actually, as long as the fundamentals cooperate, should actually give us some more upside action. So now if we put the dollar index into the mix, let's check that out. This is a dollar index 4-hour chart. We have a head and shoulders to the downside pattern here. Okay. And we have an ABC to the downside. Okay, off of about the 61.8 fib retracement level. So we did close below the neckline, and we are testing it right now. That should give more strength on the euro to the upside as long as the dollar index stays below this neckline and holds this current price. That the euro dollar should continue up. And these are the targets then for the dollar index, the ultimate ABC pattern being at FE100 at 76.97. And something that I wanted to point out also is this dollar index daily chart here. Now we also have the ABC to the downside pattern on the daily, just like we do on the euro dollar daily, with its ultimate target around 74.20. Now looking at this daily chart, from what I see is head and shoulders patterns everywhere. Okay. With this ultimate neckline here, first we had this one. Okay. And we came up and tested the neckline, headed back down, formed this right shoulder here. We had this head and shoulders here first, broke through it, tested the neckline, formed another right shoulder. So now we're looking at this neckline here. Whether or not it gets there, that's quite a ways off, but we'll have to see. But below this trend line here, daily close below this trend line takes us down to this trend line. So a lot depends on this euro dollar whether this daily trend line here holds or not. If the daily trend line holds, then we could see a sell-off in the euro dollar. But if the daily trend line does not hold, then the euro dollar will continue up. So that's the analysis for February 23rd, 2011.